I certainly don't mean this disrespectfully, but when games come thick and fast as they do for City, when they play a weekend and then midweek, one after the other, remember they play over 60 games in a season, there have to be some games that maybe you describe as routine. So is this game against Brentford, one of the sort of mid-table teams, newly promoted, what you describe as routine? I don't necessarily mean that it's a predictable outcome, though it feels like it probably is. But what is routine? You know, what's routine for match days and for fans and people who work here at the stadium, commentators, ex-players who work in the lounges? Let's find out what a routine match day is like. For me, it's arriving 2 or 3 hours before the game and wandering around and seeing who's here and seeing what story I can tell around this one on the vlog. So let's see who I bump into today. First of all, what about tonight? I mean, City are playing so well at the moment. I go to every game expecting them to win. Is that how you feel?
Yeah, I think so. We play well enough, and you know, a good few years ago we used to slip up these sort of things, but with Pep in charge and the team we've got, I can't see any other result.
It's typical City gone then, completely, forever.
Yes, yes, that's definite. Yeah.
What do you do on a match day? Because you still come here and entertain people, basically, don't you?
Yeah, we do the hospitality. There's quite a few of us. There's about 10 or 12 of us. We all go off in twos. I have to look after the youngster, Peter Barnes, and I go round and I let him go in the box first, right, and he talks to him, and then I go up and I go in and wake them all up.
And you still remember, I mean, you look exactly the same as you did when you were playing.
Oh, well, kid, you don't wear glasses, do you? No, I feel okay, like, you know, and still look after yourself. Do the best you can.
So Steve, I'm describing this as a routine game. Is that, how would you describe it?
Yeah, obviously City home game are usually fairly routine games. I like Brentford. I have to say they're on a really bad run of form at the moment. They lost 8 of the last 10 in all competitions, but I think they've got something about them. I was having a debate yesterday. The couple of people who think they're going to get sucked in and go down. I don't agree. I think they've got too much for that. I really like Ivan Toney. I think he's outstanding. If you look at Brentford's succession of strikers, they had Neil Maupay and replaced him with Ollie Watkins and replaced him with Ivan Toney. I think they've upgraded each time. I think Toney's better than Watkins. He's a threat. He's scored, I think, in each of his last 4 games. But yeah, I mean, City at home, you know, they're probably going to win by 2, 3, 4, you know. But it's a nice bit of history. It's the first time Brentford have played City in a league game in Manchester since 1950. Bert Troutman played in the game. City won 4-0. Might be the same again.
See, that's what a routine commentator does, isn't it? I don't mean that detrimentally. You've done your own work.
Yeah.
How long do you spend on that?
Oh, a day maybe for a game. And my phone's ringing now, Ian. It's me missus. So yeah, City win. I better go.
So is this what you do on a match day, every match day?
Yeah, so if it's a weekday match day, then I'm normally at the stadium and just interacting with fans, giving them directions, taking photos with them. If it's a weekend match day, then we offer a kids fan zone for the game, and I'm often there with some kind of activations and things for the kids to do.
So this is just normal now. You arrive 2 or 3 hours before?
Yeah, so arrive today at 4:30 for a 7:45 kickoff. So 2 hours before, just get everything set up, and yeah, help make
You
the
get to see the
atmosphere.
game? Are you a City fan?
I'm a City fan, yeah. I'm from London originally, but my dad grew up here, so I'm a City fan. But yeah, I don't get to see the game normally, but I'll try and watch it on my phone on the way home.
Can I have a picture then?
Yeah.
So that's the picture that people get, only it should be them, not me. You're the stadium announcer, Alex. What's your match day routine, and is this a routine game?
Definitely not a routine game, Ian. You've just caught me starting my routine. I'm on my way in now. My routine involves getting here about 2 hours, 1 hour 45 minutes before kick-off. I'll go straight to the Tunnel Club, the swanky posh diners, part of the stadium where the players will obviously come in through the blue carpet. The adoring fans would be waiting in eager anticipation of coming off the bus. We'll interview an ex-City legend or a celebrity that supports the opposition pre-match. Then I'm straight upstairs, check the script for the game, so any commercial messages or future games coming up, any birthdays, anything pre-match, have a look at the teams. Then with about 10 minutes to go before kick-off, we'll read the teams out. Then we're into the game, actually the most relaxing part, I'm glad to say. Then the work starts again at half-time and more messages, addressing the people in the concourses and everyone who's still sat outside bearing the cold. And then come full-time, there's some, get yourself home safely, whatever public transport methods you're going to use, we'll cover those. And then I'm back downstairs to the Tunnel Club, where we'll interview, again, another former City legend, City player, or a celebrity, and then I'm off home. So probably an hour post-match, I'm still around the stadium, much like yourself.
I know what it was like because I did it for a little while as stadium announcer, and I love the way that you put all that energy when a goal goes in. You really give it something, don't you?
Yeah, and it was I've learned that from I rubbed shoulders, and I was really lucky to with the AC Milan stadium announcer a good 6-7 years ago at a tournament in Munich when we played in the Audi Cup in about 2013. And City, we beat AC Milan 5-3 on the night, but we raced into a 3-goal lead, so I just had to go goal City. And then Milan pulled one back, and he then turned into Mr. Opera and he was like, goal Milano, and I tried to take something from that here in the subsequent seasons. I couldn't go as operatic as that, I'd say, but it's definitely something I've tried to bring from the continent.
So what's your job on a match day?
I'm a PDA operator, so I assist
PDA?
I assist anyone with having ticket issues when they get into the actual gates. I can sort the ticket out and get them in, or if unfortunately I have to send them to the box office.
So is every match day the same? Is there a routine to it?
We have a routine, as in we get on the gates and we try and preempt any issues with tickets to make sure there's no backing up and get the fans in as quickly and safely as possible.
And is City against Brentford a routine game?
Let's hope so. 3 points. Let's have it.
Is this a routine game for City? And what does routine mean?
Well, do you know something? I don't think there's any routine game, is there? I think on paper you would probably say it is, but I love the way Brentford play. They're always front foot, they're always positive, they always want to play attacking football. They're a real threat going forward. But if I'm going to be honest, I think City have just got too much for them. I mean, I haven't seen the team selected tonight, but I think whatever he puts out, I think they'll have too much in an attacking sense, in an organisation sense, and I really fancy them to win. But I'm looking forward to it because I think it'll be a really good game of football.
You've been a City player, you've been a Football League manager, you've been on the coaching staff at England. What does routine mean to you? Are you one of them people with habits, superstitions, routine?
No, I think it's... do you know, as a manager, it's really difficult because once the players leave the dressing room about 45 minutes before kick-off to go and start the warm-up, it's the longest 30 minutes of your life because you've got nothing to do, you can't do anything, so that's a tough time. But when you're the assistant, it's fine because you're out on the pitch and you're doing the warm-up and you're out there and you can sense the atmosphere, you can get a feel of what the players are like. So I like that routine as well. So I want to be a manager, but I love the routine of an assistant. So maybe when I'm manager, I might need to go out and just take part in the warm-up as well.
And the arrival of the players about an hour and a quarter before kick-off is very much part of the match day routine for City fans coming and cheering here at the Colin Bell entrance as they go in. Is this what you describe then as a routine game?
Well, there isn't any routine games in the Premiership, have we? We've seen that twice this season with Palace and Southampton have given us really hard games and come away with the points in a draw. So, so there isn't a routine game, and sometimes we play better against better opposition. So, but yeah.
It's part of your routine to watch the team arriving, or watch?
No, I'm just here early. We normally arrive like 20 minutes before, but I was in a meeting in Sheffield, so I came straight over here rather than drive back home, and yeah, so I arrived early. Had a burger and chips and just want to see him get off the coach, but there's too many people to see him really. So
you're a Brentford fan, obviously.
Yes, I am.
I believe you're also a bit of a YouTuber, or at least starting out in that route.
Yeah, just beginning.
So what's a match day routine? Is this a routine game by the way for you?
Not yet, not quite yet. I think like the Premier League has definitely kicked in. Now we're in
February it's starting to get a lot more difficult. Like we had the bounce when we came up, but now it's tricky. It's tricky. So coming to places like this, it's a privilege to come to places like this. Like it's still a new ground for myself and a lot of Brentford fans tonight, and just trying to take in the atmosphere and see what it's like. Really getting used to the Premier League life slowly but surely. Let's hope we stay here.
So it's far from routine, really.
Yeah, not at all. It's just really good to be here.
What do you do? You do all the filming?
I do all the filming. You do most of the talking, don't you?
Yeah,
so
you're the editor.
I'm the one that tries and gets the goals during the matches and stuff. I'm doing well so far. I've only missed a few, but yeah, I'm the one that does most of the camera work.
So where are you from then?
We are Turkish. We are studying here, and we came to support Manchester City today.
And I'm guessing İlkay Gundogan will be one of your favourites, will he?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Our captain.
What's the impression then of City? I mean, I've been asking a lot of people today, is this a routine game? You see this as just a routine game?
I believe this is another routine game since City has one of the best teams in the world, if not the best starting 11. And I believe they have what it takes to beat any team, actually. And I think this should be a routine game.
So better than Galatasaray then?
No. Not as a team in my opinion, but right now, unfortunately, as the starting 11, City is better than Galatasaray.
And just to make it clear, that scarf's Galatasaray.
Yeah, Galatasaray.
Yeah. Maybe we'll play with the Champions League.
Hopefully not for us.
At least you're honest.
Yeah, I'm honest.
Good evening to all Ian's followers from Manchester City. I know you got loads of followers. Ian's just behind camera. He's got loads of followers. Welcome to Man City. Tricky game tonight, Ian. Not easy.
Is it a routine game?
No, it's not a routine. There's no routine games. I don't think so.
And this is your routine, doing this before the game?
Well, absolutely. We do what's called a countdown to kick-off tour here at Man City. Have you enjoyed it so far? You're going on Ian's blog site. He's got loads of followers. They've been on the blue carpet. They've had a great time so far. So we're just having a whiz round the perimeter of the pitch. Nobody's allowed on the pitch, of course, Ian.
Don't let me stop you.
All right. Well, just to tell you, thanks, Ian. These boxes, normally we'd get people like Jamie Carragher in that green box. And the box in the
Thoughts on the game today?
Well, I think it's a big game coming back to the home stadium.
I reckon we're going to win about 3-1.
Yeah, I think 3-1. Yeah. It's been quite a while now, international break, AFCON Cup of Nations. Mahrez back now, looking good last game against Fulham. 3-1. Grealish on the bench, which I'm happy about.
And Foden to score as well.
Yeah, but Sterling, if he scores tonight, equals Didier Drogba's record. I think goal tally he equals that 104, so it'll be nice. I think he'll get on the score sheet. 3-1 solid win for City tonight.
What's your match day routine? You're getting early. Is this what you normally do?
Yeah, and I'll maybe a pint and then come back down to the stands.
So you're superstitious?
Yeah, we're following that one. We got in here for about, is it 6 p.m, half 6?
Yeah, it's about 6:30.
Half 6, yeah. Yeah, half 6. So
you're not worried about this lot? I mean, for Brentford, it's a huge game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a huge game, and they're a very hard-working team. Brentford, very good fan base. But no, we should do the job. They've been in bad form. They've not won since the 2nd of January. We should beat them easily.
So you're stood right next. You will be stood. I'm
sure.
We'll be stood
right
next to the away fans.
Yeah.
You'll be watching a game, or you'll be watching them.
A bit of both. When the ball's out of play, give it to them. When's it back in, focus on the game. No, bit of both.
Yeah, bit of both.
Give it them large while they're here.
Enjoy.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I thought, you know what? I thought it was a good performance in terms of possession-wise. I thought it was typical Man City, keep possession, but it's difficult when you've got a team that's going to sit behind and just wait for you to make mistakes. But listen, it was dominant. Listen, they forced a mistake, didn't they, at the end? Got the penalty, and dominant. Just a dominant first half performance. Routine.
It wasn't the best, was it? I mean, it seemed they played within themselves. I thought tonight they didn't do an awful lot, did they? Didn't do a lot wrong, they didn't do a lot right. 2 goals and that was it, really. I think. I mean, they offered very little in terms of attack, I didn't think.
So you're summing it up as being a bit ordinary and a bit routine?
Yeah, I thought so.
But it's another win.
It's a good win, yeah. We're still going, aren't we? That's the thing. So yeah, very good. I enjoyed it. Always enjoy it.
It took them a while to kind of create any like clear-cut chances, but yeah, like I say, did what he needed to do. Got the penalty, put it away, controlled it. Brentford were never really had a sniff, really, did they? It's kind of reminded me a lot of the away fixture. Just kind of City just controlled the game. Brentford didn't really have any chances.
I sort of got the feeling it almost like didn't even get out of second gear today. Like against Fulham, I felt like that first goal just like gave them a bit of a shove, and suddenly all came to life. So this and again, that's another sign of a team that can just shift up to the next gear when they get threatened. Is you're getting a Pep Guardiola's building a class. He's built a class team there, build out whatsoever.
Any standout players for you today?
I thought Stones played really well, to be honest. I know it was like he made a bit of a slip at one point, but I thought it was pretty solid. I was a bit surprised Cancelo got man of the match. Bruyne as well, I thought, definitely contributed, and obviously scored a goal as well.
Fast pace.
It was plenty of pace, plenty of action.
Yeah, Brentford played really well. They
They
held
were.
their own.
Good physical team.
Yeah.
But yeah, they played well. We played well. Obviously,
Yeah.
we played well.
Yeah,
So,
got some really good
could
goals.
have been more, but yeah, it was a good match all round. Yeah.
I mean, there's only ever one team in it, really, wasn't
There was, to be honest. Yeah, they did dominate pretty much all the way through. So yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was
Anybody
good.
stand out for you?
De Bruyne. as
Yeah,
always.
I was going to say Kevin definitely. Trying who else? They all put a good match.
Yeah.
A good show.
They all worked really well together today.
Yeah, they showed how a team works. Should work together.
Yeah.
Those performances just become normal after a while.
It does, to be honest. Yeah, that's the thing about it sometimes, but at least
Definitely setting the bar for other teams,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, so, but yeah, good show all round by both sides, to be honest.
I thought before the game it might be a routine win, Tommy, and that's what it proved to be, didn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I'm into the saying now, believing Pep, and you've got to, haven't you? He's done a fantastic job, and yeah, could have been a tricky situation, but good result.
You never expect anything else with Pep's team, do you?
I know you don't know that, and that's see the pressure he's under all the time, and he keeps doing it. So top man. I mean, and I remember years ago I went into management only very briefly for Preston North End, and I was absolutely useless. So I know what it's a lot better play.
Well, Tommy Boo was some player. He admits himself he might not have been a great manager, but Pep Guardiola certainly is. A routine win, I predicted at the beginning. That's been the theme all the way through, and it turns out that was right. No 3 points on the way to another title, it seems. Is it going to be a tricky game at Norwich down at the weekend? Well, I'll be there, of course, to bring you the story of that game as well. Thanks to the support of RRG Group, to MusicMagpie and to Timpson, and to you for supporting my YouTube vlogs. Thanks very much indeed, really appreciate it. Isn't it great to be a Blue? Of course it is.